What's up, everybody?
What up?
Another
What up, y'all?
edition. Another edition. I'm just sharing it for all of you people watching, being like, they're on their phones at the beginning of the podcast. Why are you doing that?
Ugh. Yeah, people have mentioned that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I gotta share it. You should be sharing it.
You know what,
Well,
though?
you gotta share what? Sorry.
I'll say to people this way: if you guys were sharing it, then I wouldn't share it.
Have to.
And
Me?
I love that we're getting more people interacting and more people jumping on the show, watching the show and stuff like that. But until I get to a point where every time I tune in, I see multiple people jump on automatically, which we do see 2 or 3 jump on right at the get-go. But not everyone remembers that we do the show at this time, and that's okay. They're allowed to.
That's
You guys
very
have
true.
lives.
And it's a nicer day today than most since
that too.
quarantine. So
I
I'm
was
sure.
outside all day, boy. What?
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
positive.
I
I
went-
only got outside for like a quick run after I was done work at like 5:45. So I went for like 20 minutes and came back.
I did
I'd like to
a
be
10,
on my balcony.
I did a 10-kilometer bike ride.
Nice.
man.
It's good, man. It's good to when you have the opportunity to just
Yeah.
get moving a bit.
Yeah,
I
man.
biked with Dairy Queen yesterday, and then my handlebars are super loose on this new bike that Danielle bought me.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, I had to put it together, right? And like, they're just like, put in the handlebars. They should lock in. So I slide them in. Midway through my bike ride, I should start doing the wobble wobble.
Oh, no.
And I'm not talking about dance move.
You
Boy,
have hey Brian, the other thing disconnected.
Yeah.
Do you
I'll
have
fix it real quick.
a bike shop you go to? Or did you put that together yourself?
I put that shit together myself, man. I don't.
Oh, maybe that's why.
And it's not a e-bike. Stop it. Not that right now. It could be that. It could have been that. But, I figured I'm not going to a bike shop. I'm going to do this myself. And after a few, I don't know, tries, it worked.
That's cool, man. When'd you get the bike, you said?
Last Thursday, and I put it together that night. Well, I mean, there wasn't much put together. The front wheel, getting the brakes together, which I've done before because like I'm a bike kid, so I used to tighten my own brakes and do all that ghetto shit.
Yeah.
And then the most annoying part was like, okay, in my day, the handlebar is here, and then you have the little screw here that you would like wrench, and then you would kind of align it with the wheel, right?
Right.
But now they have it so that it's like this pin that you kind of pull up that aligns with the bar, and then you just shove it into the tube and then tighten it with like this Alexander key. Didn't have
Okay.
the proper key. They don't give you the key in the box of this thing for some reason. So that had me frustrated. I think I stripped something probably, but otherwise it worked. Everything's good.
Was it? I was gonna put you on blast just now and be like, what was the brand? But don't even answer that question. We don't need to. know.
No name brand.
It's all good. It's all good. Honestly,
Don't
it was one of the better things I ever did was get a bike to bike from home to work, in the summer and stuff. So
Yeah, but you got one of them like real bikes though.
yeah, it's like a city hybrid bike.
It's like
Probably about like
feather light. Sorry.
yo. Actually, if you want to look it up, it's called a Cannondale Bad Boy 3.
Hold on.
That's what it's called.
Hell of a name for a bike.
Go ahead and Google the Cannondale Bad Boy 3. It's actually a pretty cool little bike. But I definitely do not leave it outside past 6 p.m. So I go into work, lock it in front of work, leave work, and I'm out. Like I don't play with leaving that out in the streets. But how did we get on the topic of bikes randomly?
Because biking and so on.
Oh, okay. Brian, are you ready over there?
I'm
It
back.
seems to be all right.
I'm back.
All right, perfect. All right, so I guess we might as well kick this off with our intro discussion of the day. So I was gonna make this a damn did he or did they, but it kind of falls in the line of I can't believe he's getting away with this.
Oh,
So
sick man.
clearly Rob Pat equals skinny fat. Because he's telling the people over at WB, I appreciate you making me the Batman, but guess what? I'm not going to fall for your standards of what masculinity should be. Look at Michael Keaton. Look at all these guys who played Batman back in the day, and they didn't really need to bulk up, right? So guess what? I'm not gonna do any form of exercise, and I'm only gonna eat. I think his meal was like something crazy, like rice with hot peppers or some BS like that. Got me thinking, like, could any actor of non-privilege have said something along that line to, let's say, for example, Kumail Nanjiani got that role in the Internals, and he's like, you know what? I don't feel like living up to your standard of what a man should look like, so I'm going to play this superhero the way I want to. Do you think he would have kept that job?
No, I don't even understand how this guy's getting away with it. It's bullshit.
They
He's
would have called
literally
Aziz so
doing
fast.
this to them.
Right?
He's doing this to them. Like that's all he's
pretty
doing
much-
to the entire fan base and to his boss. He's literally just sticking his finger in their face.
It's pretty crazy. And you know what? I actually I'm on board with sort of redefining what a fit person should look like and not these unrealistic goals that are out there in social media and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
for
the
sure.
only thing I have an issue with is you still have to be true to the character in some way. Batman is not lazy. He doesn't not do anything. He's a mixed
He's
martial artist. He's peak physique in terms of I don't know, endurance, cardio. So
Yeah.
you do have to physically look the part in some way.
Yeah, when they talk
Um,
about
He's
talk about
basically
his
like the
physique,
superhuman without the superhuman serum.
but that's the thing, right?
That's
Like
what it
one
is.
of the things they say when they describe people like Batman and all these other guys is that, and like Black Lightning, is that they are the equivalent of a well-trained Olympian, like a net,
Exactly.
and that's what I expect, at the very least, because that's why I wrote earlier. I was just like, at least make it like, if you're gonna say, oh, I don't want to be, built like, what's his name, homeboy Christian Bale, who did 43 pounds extra, or homeboy that Ben Affleck, who was built like crazy for the role, was bulky. That's fine, but you still have to, at the very least, look like a gymnast who can do martial arts.
Or someone who runs decathlons and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, can shoot a bow and arrow and a gun and swim and run at the same time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like a swimmer's body would be ideal because
Right?
that's the one that looks like it. You don't
So-
have to do all that work, but it looks like it.
What's crazy is I'm sure the diet in some way will account for him looking somewhat, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, svelte. But I'm not sure if it's really true to the role, right? To not actually feel what it feels like to be that guy every day.
Yeah.
Like you're literally not dedicating yourself to your craft, is the way I see it.
And again,
And,
you're
and that's
paid,
and
he's
this is
being
someone
paid
who's a
to do
great
this.
actor. I love his acting.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
And
Brian?
not every
Well, I
actor has
said
to be a
he's
method actor,
being
but still.
paid to do this. That's the other part. Like, dude, you're being paid. This is part of your job. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like Toby's saying, the privilege of you having a job and then coming out here and seeing like, yeah, I got this job, but I don't want to do the work that I need to do to keep the job or the things that are required of me. Like when I get a job description, if the job description says stay at physical peak for the role of Batman, that doesn't include sitting on my couch and just eating the diet that they gave me and being like, yeah, I don't need to do anything else. No, motherfucker, do a push-up. Do a push-up.
So here's what I wonder,
Push
because
up.
because he actually says they keep telling him to work out, right? And he keeps saying no. So I'm wondering, did he sign a contract saying he should be working out, or did he actually make a deal that he's not going to work out? This, like, I wonder what that
That's no way.
actually,
There's no
right?
way.
Did he lie to
Would you
them and get the
imagine going
contract?
into an interview with them and being like, so I accept the terms of the contract that you guys are bestowing on me, but you see this part here where it says working out, we're going to take that out. You imagine him actually negotiating that? No way.
Kind of pull.
He's
Either
an
way.
idiot and doesn't realize what he's supposed to be doing.
I want to
Literally,
know.
I'm sorry,
what
this is
he's
like
literally
I
what
think
he's
it's
saying
ridiculous.
is any Joe Schmo off the street can play Batman.
Yeah.
Because if
Exactly.
that's right, take a few acting classes. I don't have to work out. I can just
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
I want to know
There
how
you go,
much
I
he's
got the
getting
role.
paid. I want to know how much he's getting paid. Because that's the
You
other
wanna know
thing.
being paid?
Yeah, I want to know the salary for this, because if maybe part of it is that he doesn't. This is like a negotiation tactic. He's just like, I mean, you guys had me for the contract to do this film, but now that I'm in quarantine, I'm not doing the film right now. You're not paying me enough to maintain this physique because I never wanted to. I don't like living in this physique. I did it because I was doing it for the role, and then a quarantine came up. I don't know what your insurance says, but your insurance doesn't cover me keeping up this lifestyle for an extra 5-6 months. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering,
Yeah.
because that's the thing, right? Like, if
That's fair, but I still feel that he's being paid probably in the millions, in which case, go fuck yourself, bro. Work out.
but like Kumail Nanjiani, Toby's point of Kumail Nanjiani, right? If Kumail Nanjiani was training for Eternals and and at the level, because we all saw him before, we all saw the after. Tobi, you can speak to this because you would know best. The things needed to do that kind of cutting are probably remarkable and dedicated.
Incredibly like daunting to do this every day for a full year. So the amount of discipline it takes to do that alone is worth it in the end once you see the end result.
So imagine,
how would you not want to add that extra layer of sort of confidence to the role? I don't understand.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just wondering if he's not the type of person who wants to live in that. Like Will Smith, Muhammad Ali. Will Smith didn't want to keep that level of Muhammad Ali physique. That was one of the things that he said, right? Like for the role, sure, but imagine he was doing Muhammad Ali and they had to tack in 6 months because of something, and it's just like, hey, we can't film the rest of the movie right now. You have to maintain this for 6 more months.
Right.
If you really don't want to.
That's true. So that part I understand in terms of intensity of workout. I think you can obviously space it out between now and when you actually have to ramp it up. But to say that you're barely doing anything and you're ignoring your trainers, what your trainer is telling you, you're just making sure your diet is tuna and Tabasco sauce and vanilla protein with oatmeal. Like, in what world do you think that's like? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Meanwhile, Zoe Kravitz is out there like, I'm working out 5 days a week, jackass. Like,
right?
I'm still keeping
this job.
So I get the message he's trying to get across, but I think he's approaching it in the wrong way. What the issue with a lot of Hollywood stars and people on social media is that they make it look easy. They make it seem like it's something that happened overnight. Yeah. And not very many of them are very honest with how brutal it is and how disgustingly frustrating it is to get up to leave your house to go work out.
Only imagine,
right? And they need to do what Kumail did, which is he kind of just like, hey, this was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. This is what I ate. This is how it felt. Like, he's actually pretty transparent about that.
Did you
on top of saying that he admires and loves the sort of aesthetics that he attained from it, and how that in itself could be a problem because you become obsessed with the feeling and how you look. And I think you were going to say, was he on Armchair Expert?
No,
Did you listen to that?
No, I was going to talk about when he was on Kimmel and they lowered a carousel of cake around his head.
And he ate he's like, it's my first time eating cake in a year.
Yeah.
But that's how crazy it is. You can't eat sugar. There's a lot that goes into it. So we need to educate people more on how hard it is. And it's not just something that happens overnight. Just because you didn't see Rob Pat for a year and then a year later he's jacked, you're like, oh, it's that easy. It's not.
No.
He was probably sad and depressed for 6 to 7 of those months because he couldn't really eat what he wanted, right? So anyway, I wish he did it differently.
I also want to give a nod to Christian Bale because a lot of people are saying like Christian Bale is willing to put in the work. I would like to remind you guys, Christian Bale is insane. And like, yo, dude, for Memento, when he lost the weight, Batman 43 pounds, Dick Cheney, he put on all that weight. That wasn't a bodysuit. He put on that fat. The other guy that's done,
he's dedicated.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey is the same way. There's just some people who are built differently, who literally they can shut that part of their brain off that feels the pain. You know what I mean? Get through
that guy from Good Will Hunting's like that too. Oh, Matt Damon.
He's done
I was gonna say Rob Mahoney, the guy that does McElhenney. Sunny in Philadelphia, Mac, dude.
So there was actually a podcast. This is what I was referring to. There's an episode with him, Dax Shepard, and Kumail talking about all three of them getting in peak, and it's one of the best podcasts I've ever heard. You should go listen to it.
I'm gonna listen to that one because I know Rob talked about how he put on the weight the first time, and he was just like he drank gallons of ice cream, like he melted the ice cream and just would drink it, and I was just like, my God, that is
they go into the pitfalls of putting on the weight and then cutting, and then the effects that it has on their spouses and the people around them is also something they touch on.
Emily V. Gordon is probably the happiest woman right now with Camille just being this ridiculous. Mind you, maybe I don't know. Maybe she's not into that.
The problem with that is the women start pointing out that a lot of the conversations are starting to be more about the food and the way someone looks. Right, so they're like, you know what? We've had enough. Like, we don't care. We loved you before you got this. This doesn't matter to us. Dude. It matters to. Then you start realizing this only matters to the guys.
Do you think
guys really are the only ones who admire that? And you know what I mean? Because they know the hard work it takes, and they go into like that.
Do you think Anna Faris and Chris Pratt, that was part of the problem with their relationship?
I'm not gonna lie. this is a very common thing.
Because
and they may not say it, but
well,
yes, I believe it played a part.
One of the things they said was those two had a really good relationship, and they used to cook and eat their meals together all the time. And when he had to start doing that training, it really changed the family dynamic at the house because they weren't eating together, and they weren't like they didn't have that same relationship. And what you just said, I didn't even think about that, but if that's that, I could see that. And then it would make sense that he ended up marrying Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, who understands that bodybuilding lifestyle and would like get it from
and
jump.
Uphold the healthy eating. So it's also something where it's very hard on the other person if they're not doing it as intensely as you, even though you're not forcing them to join in on your lifestyle. Yeah. There's like a mental side of it or that takes a strain on the relationship where they feel guilty a lot of the times. And then that guilt starts turning into insecurities. And you can just see a lot of things kind of cycle that way. So it's very important that people understand the pros and the massive cons that comes with living a certain lifestyle of wanting to look a certain way. So I think Robert Pattinson
theories, guys.
There.
Just theories about Anna Faris and Chris Pratt, by the way. I'm not. No one jump in the mentions and get mad and start being like, "You don't know their marriage." I don't know their marriage. That's the whole point.
Actually, I don't think they ever spoke on it or anything. So
I just know that.
We'll never know.
I just know that Anna Faris talked about the fact that in the relationship, the not eating together. I don't think she said it as the reason they broke up, but she just said the dynamic at home was different.
Well, her bringing it up means it was a big one.
I would think
I'm sure there were others.
I would think so.
But
man,
yeah, so
crazy.
All this to say, I don't agree with Robert Pattinson. But hey, man, dude.
Very much disagree with Robert Pattinson. I was iffy about him being Batman, and now this.
Rob Pattinson.
We'll see. I'm still open to it. We'll see what his interpretation ends up looking like.
We have a create the cast this week. Wait, didn't we have a damn did they? Someone wanted to do a damn did they real quick.
That was this damn did they.
Oh, that is what we said we were gonna. Oh, true. We did say we were gonna start that. So create the cast. If you guys haven't heard this game, I'll let Tobi give it away because he's the one that created it, and I think it's a pretty dope game.
Create the cast is us pretty much scoping out or even finding movie ideas or TV show ideas that either were scrapped or need a reboot, and we pretty much end up creating the cast or pitching who we think would best fit in the roles of whoever the main cast of this TV show, movie, and whatever else we decide really is. And this week, Brian came up with this movie pitch, so I'll let you give them the pitch.
Yeah, so this one comes out of the Chris McKay idea for the Nightwing story. It's from what I understand, there was a lot of things floating around for different ideas for Chris McKay for the Nightwing film he wanted to make, and they ended up like telling him he had to hold off for Nightwing because they were gonna maybe have Nightwing or a Dick Grayson show up in the Batman by Matt Reeves, and that. Anyways, a whole bunch of weird rumors that were going around. All that to say, I really wanted to come up with an idea. So, hypothetical movie pitch: Gotham after the death of Batman. No title, that's just the concept. The main story is that Dick and Damian work on building a team to handle Gotham and Bloodhaven a year after Batman has died. Lucius and Alfred are running Wayne Enterprises with a Wayne Tech solid hologram. So no one knows that Bruce Wayne is dead. They just know that Batman, or at least they don't even know that Batman's gone because Dick Grayson. I'm kind of taking a little bit from the Batman and Robin run where Batman gets killed by the Omega Beam by Darkseid, and Dick Grayson takes over as Batman. Battle for the Cowl was like the story for a little bit, and then Dick ends up taking over, and then Damian is his Robin. And off of that, I wanted to kind of look at the idea of a team, and essentially the premise is, they build this team. I know one character wasn't around at the time when this comic book was written originally, so I added him in, Duke Thomas. But we have Dick Grayson, Batman, Damian Wayne, Robin, Kate Kane as Batwoman, Tim Drake as Red Robin, Duke Thomas as the Signal, and Stephanie Brown as Batgirl. I know Oracle and all the other characters that people have been talking about. Because the Bat family is so big, I decided to exclude them. Consider the Gotham Sirens doing their own thing on the side. They're not going to be in this one. You might hear their names mentioned, but you don't see them in the story. Okay.
Man. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, this was a long list of cast.
Well, it was as long. It's 6, and we did 6 last time.
Yeah, I know, but of people I've never really seen in the role.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was a little harder to kind of come up with.
That's why
people here.
Originally, I wasn't gonna put 6, but then I was just like, well, we put 6 for the
Right.
I was like, okay, so I'll at least put 6 because I was only gonna put Dick Grayson, Damien, Kate, and Tim Drake. That's where I was gonna stop originally.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you guys want to stop at that? We don't have to do Duke.
No. Let's think of what you got.
I figured them all out eventually, so I kind of want to say them that I thought of them.
Okay, who wants to go first, y'all?
Any one of you guys.
I'll go first.
Hit us, homie. Hit us.
All right. So who's my first cast? Who do we have? I have Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson. For Dick Grayson, I'm going to Yeah, this is gonna be a little. Penn Bagley.
Who?
Penn Bagley. Interesting.
Penn Badgley, eh?
That is an interesting Dick Grayson.
Huh.
Remember, he's Dick Grayson as Batman in the Batsuit too.
Penn Bagley, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't mind it. I'm actually not sure. I think it'll work.
I see the sarcastic Nightwing in there.
Right.
100%.
Right.
I definitely see that.
He plays tortured very well.
Yeah. But who's this Damien though? Because that's where you're casting. That's where you're
tough.
because you're casting for a Damien with that guy gets. You need someone that can play off of that tortured guy, but also slightly has to be authoritative towards a kid who is constantly threatening and arguing with him.
Who's the kid that plays Robin now?
The actor from the Titan series.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to keep him?
Well, I'd have him as Damien.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Who I got next?
I almost thought about putting him as Red Robin, but I didn't in the end. Okay. You have Kate Kane, Batwoman.
Kate Kane, Batwoman. Okay, I'm not really great with actresses' names, but Kate Kane, Batwoman. She'd have to be like strong and like,
Yeah. Also, remember the age ranges for these people. So like, when I wrote it out, I think I said Dick Grayson is late 20s, Damien is 16, Kate Kane is in like her early 30s, maybe touching mid, because this is an older team in the sense that Batman and all of them would be. Like she's like.
I feel like Dick Grayson would be 30s then, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
So Kate would be.
And she's
Nebula.
older.
Hold on, give me her name.
Karen
Wait, sorry,
Killian.
how old did you say Tim would be?
Tim, I think I wrote he's in his mid 20s.
Okay, yeah.
And then Duke Thomas is like 20, like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, right. Give me a second. For Kate Kane,
Karen
I was
Gillian?
gonna go with the actor. Yeah.
That's what.
Who,
Okay,
plays,
Nebula.
Nebula.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Karen
Gillian.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Okay, that's pretty dope. I like that.
That's good.
Her for Kate Kane. For Tim Drake, I got okay. For Tim Drake, my dude from Third Rock from the Sun who played the boy from
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Bond.
He's a little older
fine.
though.
That's my miscast.
That's fine.
That's a miscast. Okay, that's my only one.
No, I won't allow
Yeah,
that.
because him and Dick Grayson.
I'll say why I
him
said
and Dick
that
Grayson
after.
look the same age at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
True. Tobi, did you watch Top Boy season 3?
No, not yet. Is there
Anybody?
someone in there for Dude Thomas?
Yes. The guy who plays, I think the character's name is Driss. I'm not sure, but he would be a perfect Duke Thomas. Okay. And then Stephanie Brown, Batgirl.
Yeah. She's the blonde one with the black and purple suit. She has like her suit's like mostly black with like purple in the middle.
Yeah, I know Stephanie Brown. I'm familiar. I'm just trying to think of the actress that could play Stephanie Brown. Actress, and she would be what age range? What would her age range be?
She's the same age as Tim because her and Tim were a couple. So I kept them around the same age. So Jordan
Gordon-Levitt is damn near 40.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. That's one of the reasons.
man.
You got to think of like
So-
age range.
You still got it. You still got it. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
Because
Okay,
if any,
It's fucking hilarious.
trying to think of someone. Okay, actually, shit. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
As
Yeah.
Stephanie
As-
Brown.
I could see
But
that.
you're aging up the team then, because then you're
No, Brie Larson's like actually like 30.
yeah, but
So she could
it's
easily
supposed
pay
to be
20 something. I agree.
Brie Larson
So wait,
doesn't look 20 something though.
Okay, wait. Okay, we're saying Kate Kane is how old again?
Kate Kane,
She's like 30s.
yeah, she's
Okay,
fine.
and then Stephanie Brown would be like mid 20s.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Kate
Okay,
and Brie
yeah.
Larson and Karen Gillian.
Yeah, we always have, yeah, but we have makeup, right? Like makeup, they can make her look younger and stuff like
This
that.
is
Like
one
we
of
got,
my
we give that.
first
Okay.
I'm trying to help you out, bro.
Anyway, that's fine. Yeah, exactly.
But wait,
I think we're all getting in on your casting now.
no, I can retract on
No.
Brie Larson. I can retract that. Hold on, give me another try. Give me another try.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
There's nothing wrong with your cast. It's a good.
Nothing at
It's
all.
actually a really good cast. It's just the age ranges are gonna. They're definitely gonna have to work at the age range
Okay,
to
can I
make them
change Brie Larson for Scarlet Witch?
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah. Olsen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'll do.
Okay,
There.
So I'll go next.
hit us.
All right.
Grayson, I was gonna do Ryan Gosling. I think he could do it. I think he has the range for it,
Oh, interesting.
and he could get jacked, and he could look good in the suit, and he's shown that he could be like serious, tortured, and be really sarcastic, like how Dick is.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I think that would be fine.
Okay.
Damien, I was actually saying the same as Skinny. I thought the guy who plays Robin right now, he's Jason on Titans now,
Yeah.
but I put him as Damien.
You want
Yeah,
to?
he
Or-
works.
Okay.
He honestly
Or-
works as Damien.
Yeah, or maybe the guy who played Bruce from Gotham, but I don't know how old he is now, if how old looking he looks.
He's
but
old-
like it's just
yeah.
because he looks like a young Bruce, which technically Damien is, so you could make that work. For Batgirl, I was actually saying because she's older now and whatnot. I was gonna say Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, Chloe Grace
Moretz.
Yeah,
She look.
I
She's
was gonna say
not bad.
her.
she's good, but she's really young. Like I would put her as my Stephanie
Yeah, I
Brown.
thought she was older now though, because if she was let's say 14 when Kick-Ass came out, that's at least 10 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but remember she was actually like 14 or 15 when that came out. So she's-
Exactly. So if it's been 10 years, she's 24 now.
Well, oh, you said for Batgirl?
Yeah, but Batgirl.
Oh, sorry.
Batgirl.
I thought you said Batwoman. My bad, man.
Oh no, my bad.
My bad. No, that's
I
me.
was gonna
That's
say
me.
her or potentially Sarah Heelan. That's the girl from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Like the cute sister.
Okay. Okay.
She could pull it off. She could pull it off. For Tim, I chose Nick Holt because I couldn't think of anybody, and since he played Beast, I'm like, he could be a smart guy. Sure, he has like the features that would suit Tim. That's all I got.
Okay.
Batwoman, I would say Rose Leslie from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, it's the red. Okay. Penny
Kit
Bad-
Harington's wife. Or
Yes,
whatever.
yes. Oh, yo,
Oh.
Kit Harington's a pretty dope cast for. Anyway, sorry. I just realized I would.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah,
So-
I'm not changing my answer.
So
but
Rose
is pretty
Leslie
dope.
for Batwoman, and then for Duke, I was either going to take
Want to hear your dude?
Jacob Anderson. Also, he's Grey Worm from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
a little older,
Yeah,
but
I was
okay.
going to say him or John Boyega.
Okay.
I'd go with the
Okay.
first before John Boyega. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I don't really see Boyega doing that, but again, he's a great actor, so could prove me wrong.
True.
Was that your cast?
Yeah,
That's it.
Pretty dope.
Okay.
Mind if I go next?
Hit us.
go for it.
He had-
Okay. So Joseph Gordon-Levitt is my Nightwing. Since that Batman movie, the third one, ever since that where he discovered the Batcave, I've
Yeah.
been wanting to see him as Robin, Nightwing,
True.
then Bat.
I really want him.
Remember,
in the
they
role.
just left us hanging on that.
I know. He like
Nothing ever
he
happened.
drops dead, and then you never get anything ever again, and that's rude.
That's rude as hell. So I want him back in. He's the right age now to take up the mantle, kind of
True.
show us like him as Nightwing a little bit, and
True.
then transitioning into Batman.
Yeah.
For my Tim Drake, I'm picking Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien.
He was on Teen
Oh
Wolf.
yes.
Maze Runner.
Yes,
Main character.
I was just
Maze
gonna say
Runner.
he was one of the kids
Oh,
on my
okay.
list when I was looking at
He played the assassin. You ever see the assassin movie he was in?
Yes, I didn't see it,
Right?
but that's the one where he got
But
hurt.
just-
Yeah,
But just from seeing that, easily could see him portraying Tim Drake.
Dope. Okay.
Pulling off an action role. Damian Wayne was really hard. This is the 6th portion where I had a hard time drafting someone. So I'm gonna go with you guys as Titans guy pick as Damian because he works 100%.
Okay.
For Kate Kane, Summer Glau.
Oh.
Let me see Summer Glau.
Yo,
Summer
Glau is badass, bro.
Okay.
The Terminator TV show, she played one of the Terminators.
Yo. I picked a former Terminator for mine too. Okay, we were on the same page with that thinking. I can't wait. Okay.
And then for Stephanie Brown, I went with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, the girl.
She's the girl in Split. The
Yeah.
main girl in Split.
Dope.
One of the girls I got kidnapped.
Yeah,
She was also on.
cool.
Fuck,
Yeah,
man.
she was also on Peaky Blinders.
You guys,
She's a really good.
Yo, you were on this. Were you on the same sites as me? Because that was on my. I was like looking.
No.
Were you looking at site stuff?
No, I did.
Exactly.
Dude, I was
Well,
like,
here's
I was
the
like
thing.
looking at casting sites and like stuff. I was like thinking like which actor goes with which actor. That's why I thought it was funny because a lot of the actors you guys named.
Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
For Damian Wayne, I did that, and for Tim Drake, I looked up.
Okay.
But because Nightwing I already knew.
Yeah.
Kate Kane, because I just watched clips of the Terminator TV show, and I'm like, what happened with this? It was such a great show.
Oh, dude, we got to talk about that one day. But that show, the fact that it ends on a cliffhanger in season 2, is one of the greatest disrespects to fans ever.
They need to bring it back.
It really
I don't know what
dude.
happened.
It is. It is a great disrespect, man.
That's a disrespect.
And then Anya Taylor-Joy, because I've been watching Peaky Blinders. I'm on the season 5 now.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
She's in that season.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's actually a really good show. Honestly, people were talking about it, and you know, it's one of those shows you're like, it's probably hype. It's actually really good.
I know,
really good.
I know. Everyone's always saying that.
And then for my Duke.
Oh yeah, sorry, man, my bad.
My boy Damson Idris.
Who?
Damson Idris.
Which one? Who's that? Why am I?
Damn, son.
Yeah, you look it up. You'll know. I'm not even gonna give it to you.
Damson Idris.
Okay. I don't.
Ah, boy. Yeah. Damson Idris. Yeah, for sure. He'd be nice. Wow.
Why is
He's
that
tall
name?
as fuck, too.
Indris?
Oh,
Snowfall boy. Damson Idris.
Oh shit, that is
we
good
need to give him
casting.
more stuff. Is there any? He can play Night Thrasher. What?
Yo, bro.
Yo.
This cast, I think, would kill it.
That is. Oh fuck, man. Now I'm jealous of that. Some of these castings. I'm definitely jealous of Damson Idris because anyway, I'll do mine.
I'm only like, because these are things I've seen recently. But remember, I'm watching Snowfall. I'm watching
Yeah, I can see that guy. He beats my Grey Worm for sure.
Okay. So for my Dick Grayson, I went with Alden Reich, the kid who played Han Solo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
I think he could do it.
Really?
Yeah,
he'd have to darken up a bit more. I think he wasn't really allowed to like show his full range in Solo, to be honest. But I could see him pulling it off.
I think he could do it. Damian Wayne, Robin. I have Aiden Gallagher, the kid from Umbrella Academy, who plays the old. Yeah. I could see him. I could see him definitely playing a good version of a like slightly older 16-year-old, 17-year-old Damian Wayne, who's like just really tired of everyone's shit.
Oh, that kid was annoying too in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, but he's good and he's like like he's smart. Like, and the actor, I've seen that actor on other things, and I know he has the skills. For Kate Kane, my Batwoman, I went for Mackenzie Davis, the girl that was in the last Terminator movie, the blonde one who's actually the like hybrid soldier.
Either one of the Terminators, man, they work.
That's why when you said it, I was like, "Oh snap! Yes, either one of those. That is an interchangeable casting right there. They're completely different looks, but they both could do the role equally well. For my Tim Drake Red Robin, I went for Dylan Minnette, the kid from 13 Reasons. Yeah.
He actually reminds me of Dylan O'Brien. Funny enough.
Yes, that's why when you said that on my list, when I was looking up, because I was thinking of Dylan, but I didn't know his name, so I was looking up like 13 Reasons Why, and then at one point I just looked up like actors, like on IMDb, like the actors get added to lists like actors at this age range, and I was looking through the list to be like, is this the best casting? And I saw your boy, and I was like, ooh. That's,
okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. My research never went that far.
For Stephanie Brown to his Tim Drake, I put Dove Cameron, the girl that was in. Yeah, she was in the last season of not last season, 2 seasons ago of Agents of Shield, where she plays like the daughter. She always has that mask on with those discs.
Yeah.
So Dove Cameron, and then my last.
That's an obscure one though.
Because I like the idea that she's. To me, she always seems like she's been typecast as a Disney kid.
Yeah.
And then when we
she doesn't even look like. That's interesting.
She does look like she could look like Stephanie, because she's the
the blonde.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
like when I think of like superhero, I don't think of her. But Agents of Shield show me that she does have the ability to be kind of that like fast-moving martial arts fighter style. Well, I mean, it was her body double, but she has the acting chops to. She has the acting chops to like freeze a pose, and then her body double to come in and take over the fight for her.
That's jokes.
And then my Duke Thomas, the Signal, are Caleb McLaughlin, the kid from Stranger Things, because he's aged up to the.
Oh yeah.
He's aged up to the perfect age for Duke now. And he definitely has the acting skill. He has the charisma of a young kid who's like, yeah, I believe in through justice in the American way. Like he kind of has that kind of like.
Yeah, okay, I see your angle.
believer.
You're coming from like the kid just grown up. I'm going from like back in the day where someone could pass as a high schooler.
Yeah,
or a college kid.
But that's why I got your Damson Idris casting is fucking dead on though. Like this kid.
Check out mine. I got my dude's name. His name's Michael Ward.
Michael Ward. But
what's he from?
The guy from Top Boy season 3.
Okay.
That's my pick for
Oh yeah, he's a Damson look.
Yeah. They're all British. Right? You guys are always casting British. Did Spike Lee get mad at y'all already for casting
I don't think is Damson British?
I don't think so.
He's not?
No. I don't think Damson's British.
Oh, my bad.
He's Nigerian though. I know that much.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what's up.
Just saying.
No, Damson is English. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I was just like, you guys are casting all these across the pond actors.
Black Nigerian, they're all Nigerian.
Yeah, I would like to point out to Hollywood that the UK actually respects black actors.
Yeah,
yes,
straight up.
Looking right at y'all in the camera. The UK respects black Hollywood. Out here casting every 2 seconds. This is why Samuel Jackson and Spike Lee and all of them are getting mad, keep making comments about British actors coming over, because Hollywood in the States don't give a fuck about black. Hollywood doesn't care about black people. I'm getting my Kanye bag.
I swear, you're gonna get us banned before we even get anywhere.
Man, I'm about to get used to sound effects.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
No, that was great, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was fun.
I struggled hard with Damien because I just couldn't see anyone as Damien for some reason.
Yeah, Damien's a hard casting. Damien's definitely hard casting.
But Jason Todd works as Damien.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna be going into our next segment. View the right thing. Hopefully, you guys.
You don't have music for that yet? That's wild.
I know. Man. Yo, guys, I'm not the producer here. You two are the producer.
No, like, you came up with the for like news.
Oh, I didn't come up with that. That's a sting. I didn't. That's just a standard.
We just need a thing. We just need a little like a,
Yo, more than happy. You guys tell me.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yo, record it, homie. You got the mic. You got the mic right in front of you. Make the jingle, homie. Jamie Foxx style.
You know what? I'll give it a shot.
Remember when Jamie Foxx? Remember when Jamie Foxx show? He used to write jingles. There you go. Pull your Jamie Foxx.
That was perfect.
Yeah. That was perfect. That was good. Oh my god. Tobi, what are you starting us off with, homie?
I have no idea right now, but let's start off with yours, because I have a bone to pick with shows like this.
Okay, wait. I actually had something else that I wanted to talk about that I didn't write down. I forgot to write it down.
Do that first. And then
I'll do that first. I just want to talk to the writers of television shows on major networks. So I think I'll speak clearly and concisely. Yep. Stop writing crap fucking TV. You lazy motherfuckers. Okay? I just watched the last episode of the show The Rookie. And I also watched I've recently been watching Motherland Fort Salem, that CW show that most people have been ignoring, but actually isn't that bad. And I'm going to explain something really quick so that you guys understand why I'm so upset. in the grand scheme of television, I think we can agree there is a hierarchy and an expectation level linked to different tiers, right? So you have your cable networks and you have your streamers. You expect higher quality for the at least for some of the originals, because
For sure.
Netflix can put out crap too. But you know, when they first started House of Cards, unfortunately due to the actor, but the original series itself, solid.
We all know there's a difference. Once in a while, network television has its gems, but for the most part, you know what to expect.
So when I watch TV, there's like cable and streamers level, there's the network level, and then there's the kids. The CW, the MTV series, the BET series. Those are the kids. Those are like the
and these aren't standards that you set.
No,
this is the standard that's been set.
The standard, people. I'm not out here fucking inventing the wheel. I am sticking to the same standards that everyone should know if they're in a writer's room. So when I watch a show like Fort Salem, Motherland Fort Salem, and the writing on that show, although set to a really cheesy classic CW backdrop, the writing is logical and makes sense in the context of the world they built. And then I watch something like The Rookie and I get to the season finale and I'm like, this is a police show. Why are you not following any of the procedures that would protect you in this situation? And I'm getting mad. It's because I don't like TV shows that use stupidity as a way to move plot along. That shit drives me up a fucking wall. Stop.
Which wall? How far?
Yo, stop using stupidity as a thing to move story along. The fact that I watched an episode of Fort Salem and thought to myself, wow, that was actually impressive how they wrote that. That's exactly how a normal person would react. And they still managed to write that into the story, and the story was still dramatic in one of those cheesy kid shows ways. But then I watched The Rookie, and this man is running around thinking that there's a crooked cop on the force, and doesn't do anything to protect himself, doesn't tell any superior officers, and then by the end, I don't feel bad spoiling this for you because I don't want any of you guys to waste your time watching it. The fact that he lets himself get set up at the end so that it looks like he's the one who is the crooked cop is such dumb, lazy, boring writing that it made me so upset that I had to come in here and talk about it.
I 100% get that. And honestly, before you even described your scene, in my head, I was picturing the same. Let's say, for example, someone is running away from a murderer and they come along a row of cars. They go in the car, no car key in the ignition. But lo and behold, for some reason in TV and movie land, people leave their car keys in the in the thing.
Yeah, right?
Every time.
I'm like, oh, come on. That's lazy.
Like,
right?
You know that meme with the guy with the butterfly? And it's just like, it's him. It's just like, average watcher. Bad writing. Is this a plot we could use? Like, it's what the fuck, man? Like, when I watched that episode and it got to the end and I realized, like, he's in the car. First of all, he breaks into the guy's house already. I'm like, that was stupid. He doesn't tell. At this point, he hasn't told any superior officers that he thinks that homeboy is a crooked cop, except for his TO, training officer.
Yeah, makes no sense.
I'm like, dude. And then the training officer, because she's been on the force for so long, is doing the standard, blue line of pride and courage and all that crap. He's just like, we got to protect our own. Let's make sure before we make any accusations. So you go through this whole episode doing a whole bunch of fuck shit, getting yourself I'm swearing so much because I'm so mad. Guys, I watched this episode at 1.75 and got mad because I was like, that still wasn't fast enough to get through this shit. I was so mad. But that's the thing that bothers me about it. It's not that the whole season has been a waste of time. There's been actual good stories on the show. The fact that you ended the season with this, and I don't know if this got ended because of COVID and there was actually more episodes. I don't care. You guys putting this into the story was really bad. It's poor writing.
I think it's very typical, and I think not very many shows or properties or franchises actually hit this nail, like the finale, like the last season or the last movie or the last show. Not very many shows or TV shows get that right. We talked about last week with the DC universe, animated universe, not sticking the landing on this last movie after doing so well over like 12, 13 movies. Right?
I don't get it.
I don't understand either. But I who knows what goes behind it, to be honest. Have they just done it for so long they're tired and they just want to like wrap it up? But how long has the show been on for?
This is the second season. It's the end of the second season. Everything that they built up throughout the season with his relationship and love life and stuff like that, they've written it. They essentially wrote it all and shut it all down. And I thought
it's
that
network TV, right?
Yeah, and I get.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch network TV.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. I've dropped off on a lot of network shows. Like God Friended Me, I stopped watching. There's so many of them that I stopped watching because I was just like, God Friended Me I watched because I like the idea that there was a social media app talking to someone and potentially helping him save lives. But then I like the way that they were trying to explain it because people who are religious were just like, oh, it's actually God. But other people are just like, no, it's an algorithm in a system that is helping figure out who needs help and has picked you to be the person to help them. And I respected that. I like that as a concept, that they were willing to do a story like that. But then, man, yeah, the show just got bad, and I started dropping it. And I dropped a whole bunch of shows.
I actually do like that. I thought it was more supernatural than anything, but that's cool.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Some people think the show is supernatural. Some people think it's the algorithm, and the show really plays on the idea that you don't know. And I like that. I like that because CBS is not the greatest with that stuff, but I was impressed that they were doing something like this. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a chance. But then The Rookie was the only reason I watched The Rookie is because I like Nathan Fillion. Like, I still want that guy to be Blue Beetle or Booster Gold to someone else's Blue Beetle. I think it would be super fun. They'd be ridiculous together. And I'm secretly like holding out hope that there'll be a live action show or movie or something of that one day. And
this is a Nathan Fillion show.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking there's so many of these shows.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was that girl from
Missy Peregrine, the Rookie Blue. Yeah. No, that one's done.
That's okay. Yeah.
I still watch FBI, for example, even though FBI is not the greatest. It's because I don't have Law and Order anymore, so I'll watch the poor man's version of Law and Order. Sorry, I'm being honest.
Law and Order is the poor man's version of Law and Order.
No, you take that back. Law and Order forever. Law and Order forever.
Oh man!
I'm telling you, I'd still get it. I'd still get it if it was the only one by itself. I'd still get it. Yeah. So that's all I have to say. And again, if you guys are looking for a cheesy CW show that actually has the characters written slightly logical, like they're still teenagers, they still make mad stupid mistakes, but they're slightly logical, check out Fort Salem because it's actually not that bad. What else do I got? Oh yeah, so Hulu's Solar Opposites. Lord.
Why'd you ask me to watch a show, bro?
Why? Okay.
Why'd you ask me to watch this?
In the same vein as your like rant that you just went on.
Yeah.
I literally felt the exact same watching this. We're just making shows for the hell of making shows now. There's literally no connective tissue in any part of the show. It's just so random. You get dropped in on a random event and nothing makes sense. I'm a big fan of not jumping into origin stories.
Yeah.
But I'm also a big fan of explaining how things got to the way they are.
At least give us context.
Just some kind of context.
Yeah.
We're just dropping us in like we're just supposed to be okay with it.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and explain what this is about, but this is a waste of my time.
It felt like a whitewashing of Rick and Morty, to be quite honest.
It's funny. You know what's
What?
I don't know.
I shit you not.
I don't
dude.
think
I mean, I get what he's trying to say.
Yeah, whitewashing's not the right word.
These are Davies.
Whatever the word is.
Watering down.
They took a concept and they just painted over the same exact thing.
Yes.
Oh, watered down.
Watered down version of
Not even watered down, though. It's legit the same thing. It's the exact opposite. Instead of it being humans on Earth going in outer space, it's the alien that arrived here and the Earth's supposed to be outer space.
They alien watched. They alien watched.
They alien watched this.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm sorry I used the wrong term. I don't care, but it's so bad.
Remember when Kent Brockman went crazy and they cut his camera and it just had like a cuckoo's nest with his head? And he's like, that's what I want.
No, this was I couldn't believe it. It took me a while to get through the first 8 minutes. I kept pausing. I'm like any excuse to get up.
He kept messaging
but because I told
me
you guys
like,
I'd watch it for the show so we can discuss it, I made it
the
through.
The amount of times
hard.
The amount of times you messaged me being like, "Bro, I can't watch this." My favorite was
that was legit.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
just
real.
like, I've only watched 8 minutes. I can't watch this. I'm like, dude, watch it at 1.5. You're like, okay, I'll try.
This is the first time I've ever,
Wow.
ever. It was that bad. I had to watch it at 1.5 speed.
And we can't even hate on Dan Harmon this week because he didn't do anything with this one. So
I had
Nothing to do with it.
okay,
That's
so
crazy.
I'll explain the
But
premise.
honestly, if you work with him long enough, I guess that's what happens to you too.
Infectious. It's infectious. The badness. It's infectious.
Justin. So this show's created. This show's created by Justin Roiland and Mike McCann. I don't know who the hell Mike McCann is, but the series is a family.
No one's gonna know who he is after this.
The series is aliens move to Middle America where they debate whether life is better there or on their home planet. Is the tagline for it. Essentially, they took Rick and Morty. Actually, no, I won't say they took Rick and Morty. They took Rick and like Jerry and made them a couple. And they're now aliens. Yeah, it's Rick and Jerry, and they're a couple, and they're aliens. The premise is they were on a planet. The planet got hit by asteroid. 100 teams escaped with their offspring or clones or whatever the little ones are. They're not their children, but they're something. And a creature called a pupa. The pupa, as a creature, is designed to. Once it evolves, it's going to terraform the planet and kill all life on Earth so that the aliens from that planet can now live on the planet in question. So they were the ones sent to Earth. They have the pupa. They're waiting for it to evolve. In the meantime, they're trying to fix their ship, which they don't explain why they need to fix their ship because, as far as I understand, their ship crashed, but they have a mission anyways. So I don't really.
And they're trying to drill to the Earth's core.
Yeah, like, dude.
Dude,
there's so
what we're
much.
saying sounds like a bunch of random things we're spitting out, but
This
that's
is yeah.
how we just get dropped in like that.
So
There's no sense.
yeah, Justin Roiland does the voice of Corvo, which is the Rick character, the super high intelligent genius alien who is trying to fix the ship, has all the same kind of gadgets. Has a shrink ray, a smart ray, a dumb ray, make crystals ray. He has the thing that runs the ship is ice lava. So it's like frozen ice water that if you touch, it freezes you. But then there's also lava mixed in, and then if it melts, you then turn to dust because you got burnt by. Guys, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah.
How much of a headache I developed by you trying to explain that.
But
that was bad.
Like
at one point, the arc is like the kids are going to school and getting picked on, but then they shrink the bully. So that arc is over within like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the next arc is the other two, the Rick and Jerry, are looking for. They watch a TV show and they really like this character in a TV show because they thought he was real. They go to see that he's not real. Is some guy in a costume.
So they
get mad. So they make their own. They create their own version of that character in the lab. He ends up like just having free will and doing his own thing after a while.
Yeah.
So they create a second version the way they want him to be, but then the second version becomes this weird glob.
It mutated with him. Like the second version and the first version got close one day and then merged into a glob that destroys the city, and then they have to kill it, but then they shrink it instead of killing it. And then the original couple that the first one went off. Dude, it's anyways. All this to say, Justin Roiland again. So maybe Rick and Morty is not bad because of Dan Harmon. Maybe Justin Roiland's the problem because this show, guys, is not it. It is not it.
There is no sequence to anything. It's so weird. I'm trying to give it a chance and understand, like, if he's trying to do something avant-garde, for lack of a better word, something like unique, like never been done before, but it's a bunch of gibberish.
But I will tell you this.
It's like I'm speaking English and you're writing down Kryptonian. That's straight up. That's exactly what it is.
That is fucking hilarious.
I want that to be the title of this show.
That is good. I'm speaking English. You're writing Kryptonian. I will say this: throughout the entire series, there's a B plot about the children shrinking people the son Yumulak shrinking people he doesn't like or people who are rude to him. He shrinks them down and he puts them in the wall. And in the wall, he has like aquariums set up in a wall so that these little miniature people now live in his wall. And the sister is telling him like, hey man, you can't keep shrinking people down. There's a whole episode about how there's a whole episode about her trying to get him to stop shrinking people down, and if he's not going to shrink people down, at least only shrinking people down who deserve it. And he still ends up just shrinking people down no matter what. So that episode made no sense because they just skip over it. But episode 7, which is titled Terry and Corvo.
How did you get that far?
Dude, I watched all the episodes at 1.5, and I watched it in like 2 hours. It was like watching a long movie. There's an episode 7 is called something like Terry and Corvo Steal a Bear. So throughout the whole episode, in the background of like, because this whole episode takes place in the aquarium world. You don't actually get to see the regular world. But in the background of it, you see Terry and Corvo like packing honey in one scene, and then you see them like fighting a bear in another scene. So there's always them in the background doing stuff. But the whole episode is about the little people, the little people who live inside this aquarium world. And
Did you like it because it was like Westworld to you?
No, you know why I liked it? Because it was the only thing that was different than fucking Rick and Morty. Because in Rick and Morty, the one episode from that season where you find out that he has a society living inside his engine was one of the most interesting episodes of the season. And then this show, the B plot, again, nothing original. So instead of people living in a battery to make the car run, he just kidnaps these humans and leaves them inside this little city. But it's an interesting story when you start to see how people are playing. Like they call it the before world when they were big. And there's like there's a religion centered around the sister because the sister actually gives them good stuff that they need as opposed to just like candy that the brother puts in.
Okay.
And it was actually
I get it.
Yeah, that episode, interesting.
Yeah.
Everything else, to continue writing TV shows, I would suggest talking to someone to get better because you're not doing it.
There is a thing called night school.
Damn, son.
That should be the title.
I know they make shows and stuff like that and they tell people, hey, like, you know, roll up, smoke up, and watch this high or whatever. But this is a show I would say stay the hell away from if you're on any sort of drugs. It's a bad trip and a half, man. It's horrible. Yeah, it's terrible. There was one good joke in the first episode, where just one. Where they shrunk somewhat the bully down. Yeah, and they have her tied up in a chair for some reason. But anyway, they have it tied up in a miniature chair, and they cut her head open, and her brain is exposed because they're trying to rewire her brain so she doesn't remember when they unshrink her. Yeah, but they couldn't figure out how to do it, so the older alien guy gives them Diet Coke, and it's like just pour it on her brain until she forgets. So every time they pour Diet Coke, she says some random gibberish, and she comes back to normal. I'm gonna tell on you guys, and then they pour it again. So they just keep pouring, and then so pretty much they're saying Coke is stupid juice, it kills brain cells. And then just before they cut away from the scene, the brother's like, "Oh, this would go so much faster if we had Mountain Dew." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, one good joke." Yes, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, man. I gotta say that was one of the only good scenes. There's like some man. There's one episode about magic.
It's a swing and a miss, bro.
Yeah,
huge.
There's one episode about magic, dude. They stole whatchamacallit. Remember when we read Nemesis, the comic book, and at the end you find out that the real villain wasn't the person, it's someone else.
Nemesis.
Yeah, the comic book. Remember at the end, Nemesis, it doesn't end up being the guy. It ends up being someone else who planned the whole thing out. Yeah, there's like one episode of the show. That one. There's like one episode of the show that's like that. And I was like, oh god, you guys are just using everything.
It's just... I was really unimpressed with the first Rick and Morty's been not as great this season. I still think it's good.
The last episode was actually better.
I thought was good.
Yeah, I agree. I'll agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, the last episode was good because it was like kind of back to the roots and something new at the same time. Yes. So I was like, cool, thank you. That's all I wanted. Yeah. I thought it was also cool because they Pulp Fiction did a bit.
Yeah. You know? I thought the ex-girlfriend was going to show up. Remember the ex-girlfriend that is a society? I really expected
I thought
her.
she was gonna save them.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was how it was gonna be.
But I'll give them credit. They didn't end up writing her in, so they still told a story in which we visited something similar like this before. The whole idea of these like one mind or like controlled people universe or whatever. But we didn't reuse the exact same thing as before. We made it new.
Yeah, exactly. Because this was just more like saying, like, you had this concept before. This is the way how it was worked, and it was a peaceful version.
Yeah.
This is the fucked up version. So you got different layers, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I guess I'll jump into mine pretty quick. I don't want to spend too much time on my stuff.
Oh, yeah, hit us, WWE.
So I ended up watching the most recent WWE pay-per-view called Money in the Bank. And I only brought it up because the last time we saw a pay-per-view, the first like event that they had, which was WrestleMania, it was just god awful. This was drastically better in ridiculous ways. First of all, only one night. Second of all, the average pay-per-view is usually at least 5 hours. This was 2.5, which was like, thank God they cut out all the really bad like.
Those are all the points we made last time we spoke about.
I know,
this.
eh?
Like,
all those 10-minute promos. They cut them up and made them shorter, or they made them more concise. I don't know. And what I thought was cool is that for basically all the matches till the end, they're regular matches. You could tell that some matches were like taped, definitely prior, because there's things that didn't work.
Okay.
But the last match is
just letting them know I'm not drinking Coke.
No, that's great. I was like wondering why you were doing that. But the last match, usually they have a Money in the Bank match, one for the guys and the girls, and it's usually a 6 to 8 man ladder match, right?
Okay.
But in this one, what they did is that they said the guys and girls match will happen at the same time. So this time you have 6 guys, 6 girls starting the match at the same time.
And
instead of being like in a regular ring, they go to the Stamford head office of WWE, start at the ground floor, and fight each other all the way to the roof. And then on the roof, there is a ring and the apparatus holding up a briefcase, and you have to then do the ladder match up there.
Oh,
that's dope. Everyone's getting creative in these times.
Considering like WrestleMania, I thought this was going to be a shit show, and I was actually like getting like a little drunk and whatnot, like hoping to laugh at it and make fun of the event.
Yeah,
and it turned out to be pretty exceptionally good.
Are you sure that's not because you were drunk?
Yeah. No, I confirmed with other people to make sure it wasn't. No, I confirmed with other wrestling fans to make sure I was not crazy.
All right.
And they did the cinematic fighting style like they kind of did for like 1 or 2 matches the last time. It came off really well. They had some really good spots are like where they have like, you know, someone gets hurt or whatever. Yeah. But they also have these interesting like mini stories. Like there was one story where there's 2 guys fighting. It's AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, and they're 2 like very big veterans. They're both could be considered like living legends at this point in their careers.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're fighting, and they end up fighting into a office. And when they get into the office, you eventually see a guy turn around in the chair, and you realize it's Vince McMahon's office.
Oh boy.
And they end up like becoming super professional, stop everything they're doing. They're like, sorry, sir, all this. He's like, get out. And then like one of AJ Styles turns to the other guy. He's like, yo, wait. And he's like, the chairs. And they put all the chairs back, that like everything that they like displaced.
Yeah.
And then when they walk out.
So good.
AJ Styles, the guy who suggested the chairs, right? He turns to the other guy. He's like, yo, man, you were so shivering when he turned around in the chair. He's like, oh, yeah, mister, let's arrange the chairs. And they're like, what? And like, that's why they start fighting again? I was like, this is actually really well written, and it's like, it's good comedy. It's better comedy than opposite solar opposites. I can tell you that much.
I was going to say, it sounds more like a action comedy than anything,
I was just about to say that, too.
That's fine. If WWE is embracing their persona finally, then all the power to them. As long as they acknowledge that it's not real fighting.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about the pay-per-view is I still think that they should put some of their own wrestlers in the fans area so that they could just give live reactions to help like convey emotion. But other than that, it was good. The only thing that was also a little weird though, so like I said, it's on top of the roof, right? And how it is like, imagine you have the roof, and because you see the helicopter drive by to show you how it's set up. So like there's the roof. then there's like a big square box, so to speak, that has like all the apparatuses to like make a thing so that it'd be a dangling briefcase for them to pick up the stuff off of. And then there's a ring in the center, right? But that's all like at an edge. So on one side, you could easily see someone would fall down, and on another side, it's implied that that's like the edge of the building. Oh. And there's twice where a guy throws the wrestlers over that side, and you literally hear like nothing, and then all of a sudden they crack, and then you just never see those wrestlers again. And I'm like,
okay,
did this guy just commit 2 mass murders on national TV and no one's concerned?
It's in the contract, Dave. It's in the contract.
No, man, it's extraction.
Rey Mysterio, I want him to live. What just happened to him?
He's
I don't
throwing
know.
kids over. It's just it's extraction. They're just throwing the kids over the wall again.
No, I thoroughly enjoy that they're going back to those roots. You want to know what made WWF and WWE eventually popular back in the day? It was the storylines. The Attitude Era was all about the storylines. It was all about, it was a stage play with combat included.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was really cool. So that's all I'll say about that. At least I hope they keep up with this pace. Then I'll just quickly go over this. The Flash, I saw the season ended this week, and it was all right. Like, since everything that's happened after...
TV show?
Yeah, like everything that has happened after Crisis, like, a lot better than the last 2 seasons. I'll even say it that much.
Are they actually setting up the Lightning God?
I don't know, because this one is more they're setting up, like the rest of the half of the season was really unique. It was like Iris got sucked into like a mirror world, basically.
Oh God. Where
you find out like a girl, when the explosion happened, she fell into the mirror world, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ends up, every time she takes someone from the real world, she could put like a fake version of them in the real world.
Oh, okay.
And at first it seemed a little corny, but as it went on, it was better. The action scenes and whatnot were really good. But by the end, like, they figure it out, right? And they're trying... What are you guys laughing about?
I'm sorry. It just, as you're describing this, I'm just like, my God, they've really given up writing in this show. Like,
it's okay, Dave. I'm listening.
I know, Dave. I'm sorry, man.
Better. The acting and the action was better.
I know. The laughter, I tried to muffle it, but then he started laughing with me, and I couldn't control it. It's because
I know you guys hate the CW.
No. We said the Flash was the only. We said the Flash was the
normally
only
I'm
good
hating
show.
on it, but I was actually interested in what you were saying today.
Don't get me wrong. I'm interested
What ends up happening? Well, I'll just finish, Brian. Don't worry. You can hold on.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
All I'm saying is, at the end of the show, obviously the team figures out what's going on, and they stop the doppelgangers. The girl who got thrown into the Mirrorverse initially, like, she finally figures out how she could physically come back and whatnot, and she's like terrorizing them and whatnot. But what's interesting is that in the mirror world, you have Iris, one of her co-workers, and one of the guys from their police department in there. They're trying to find each other. Iris eventually finds her co-worker, and she knows she's been getting headaches as things have been going on, and you start seeing through her peripherals, and it looks like she's seeing everything in multiple mirrors. It's not like normal anymore.
Okay.
But she's like saying, what's weird about it is that before she could not read like TV or anything in that world, but because her mind's being like molded or adjusted to the world, she could finally like look at maps and like look at a computer screen and figure things out. But as she does so, she's becoming more like a mirror, like instead of a person anymore. And then what happens at the end?
Living in multiple dimensions at once.
Well, it's imagine you go into a mirror world where everything's the opposite.
Yeah.
But like when you're looking, apparently what it is that when she was looking at stuff, it'd be like blurry or glitchy, let's say.
Right.
The more she stayed in the Mirrorverse, you get these headaches, but things would become clearer.
Right.
So it's like as if she's merging.
I see what you're saying.
She's becoming a piece of mirror instead of like a person.
This is essentially the story of Persephone from Greek mythology. She ate the food from the underworld and became part of the underworld. She essentially starts to.
And the last thing you see is she tries to help her coworker find where the other dude is. They find like his location on a computer or whatever, and she just basically turns into like Crystal a la like Emma Frost.
Okay.
And then just disappears. And then that's the season, to be continued.
Yes.
And I was like, you actually made me curious about what's happening next. I was like, it was not bad.
Me
It's
too.
not bad. Regardless of Brian's giggling. Like a schoolgirl.
Don't
Which I
let
think
him.
he secretly likes the Flash.
Dude,
I
not
think
even.
I could tickle his fancy to make him think that it would be good to watch
Dude.
it again.
Do you know what really sucks about this whole thing? The Flash, actually, my favorite character in the comic books. Like when I was younger, that was my favorite character. Dude, I've told you guys this. When I was in university, we got to do a presentation on anything we wanted ever, any subject. 10 minutes, detailed presentation. And I did a presentation on Barry fucking Allen in a university class.
He is the best Flash. Just
Dude,
saying.
I broke down
Grant
Barry
Gustin
the
does a good
family-
job.
and
100%.
It's just
Grant
funny.
should have been the movie one for sure.
It's just funny when you're describing it and you're like, and then she turned into Emma Frost, and then it ends, and I'm like, good God, what the hell are they writing?
I won't lie, because I'm not invested, and I only hear bits and pieces from what you said. I'm like, that's not enough to keep me wanting to watch next season. But I'm sure there's much more at stake once you are actually involved in the story, like you are, obviously. So I get that.
Did they introduce
I
any new
also
heroes?
feel like it hasn't gotten bad enough yet. Basically, it's not no Gotham. It's not no Batwoman. Fuck that.
Arrow's pretty bad now. Not gonna lie.
Arrow,
But Arrow's done,
Arrow's
no?
over. That's
But
the
it
only
got
reason
bad.
why I waited.
It got bad for the
It got
last
bad.
3-4 seasons. I'm not gonna lie. It did.
The last two seasons.
I know. See, I know you watched it, Skinny.
not this bad.
last two.
At least in
I
Arrow,
stopped-
think
I
it
love
I
was
it.
stopped after the second crossover. I couldn't do it anymore.
I love when
one
we
of their
shit on
last
the
season finales,
CW.
whoever their last main villain was, that guy, can't remember
Prometheus?
his name. Shit.
Was
On Arrow?
it was,
Yeah, on Arrow. He was like a really hardcore like villain. Shit, it's gonna bother
it's not
me, but he-
Prometheus or whatever?
Well, what?
Prometheus?
Not Prometheus.
Oh,
It was
okay.
after Prometheus, but he was like a gangster type that lasted over like a 2-season period of time. Like he put Oliver in prison and all that. And like at one point, yeah, he like lit a dude on fire. And they
Jesus.
just showed that shit. Like so, and that was a season finale. It wasn't no crystal shit. So, I mean,
That was a season finale.
the Flash lost me after Nora. Once they brought in Nora, I was like, listen, guys, I'm out.
Nora's not there
Yeah, I
anymore,
was not.
right?
That's yeah.
But Nora's gone.
Nora's super.
Yeah,
gone.
she's done.
Okay,
Thank God.
who did they bring in though? Because someone told me there's new heroes in the universe. Who did they add, Dave?
Stargirl.
Oh yeah,
Well,
didn't
Yeah,
that?
like, I was like,
Did
they
they start?
have elongated man. They have one girl can shoot violet rays from her hands, but that's it.
I didn't praise from her hand.
Oh okay.
Fuck is
There was
that?
not really any other new people.
Oh,
Let me see the Flash heroes.
I thought they
Like,
elongated man's girlfriend is there though. No.
Yep.
oh yeah, but she's not a superhero. That's additional cast, sure.
Sue Digby. Okay.
I thought you meant like people with powers.
And then what's his name? Vibes is he back or is he still gone?
No, he's like in and out. Him and the girl who plays Killer Frost. Apparently, they're allowed to just come and leave from the show whenever they want because, like, in this season,
Yeah.
both
She's
like
pregnant,
in the season finale, they both like left.
Yeah, because he's on Broadway now. Is that what you're saying,
And
Skinny?
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool, good for him.
What'd you say, Skinny?
She's pregnant.
Oh, she's pregnant.
Right.
Makes sense. Okay. So wait,
Crazy.
so Iris is made of crystal. Vibes is gone. What's her name is gone. So
Yep.
who the fuck's on his team?
He has
Elongated man.
he has all that.
What's his name? Nash, who's
Nah.
like that guy who always
Oh,
repeats
yeah.
every season, but he's
Yeah.
someone different.
yeah.
That guy. Who's the violent?
Jesus.
That's how much I don't care about that character. I don't know.
when he was like, was he Italian or something? along those
he was
lines or
French.
something?
He was everything
He
at
was
one point, bro.
British. He's been every version. It's such a weird.
It's a cool concept. It's like
Is
it's
it
almost
though?
like I don't want to say this because I don't know the show at all, and Brian's gonna kill me for making this comparison. But it's kind of like Doctor Who. Like
No,
he just changed
no,
forms into
no.
any. type
No.
of thing.
You're wrong. Stop
How
talking.
dare you? How dare you?
No, it's not
speak
even a
such
how dare
malice
you.
on
It
Doctor Who's
doesn't
name?
even make sense. He's
Because
not
I just wanted to hate on Doctor Who.
But you're not even. The funny part is you're complimenting Doctor Who by pointing out that what they're doing is stupid and saying it's not actually like Doctor Who. So what they're doing,
Basically,
Doctor
Joe
Who is.
West and Eobon Thawne, or sorry, Nash turns back into Thawne by the end of the season. So,
Fuck,
yeah.
what? God damn it. Right, okay. Cool, okay. Yay. I don't know. I don't know what I
How
But,
many
uh,
seasons?
guys,
How many
I actually
seasons in
have
is the
a-
Flash?
They're 6. They're on season 6 right now.
Oh my God.
They just finished 6.
I gotta go back to Black
actually-
Lightning because if Black Lightning is a smidge better than this, it deserves a fucking award.
Oh no.
Okay.
Unfortunately, boys, though, I got to call it 8. I have to bounce. So I'll
That's
talk to
fair.
you guys next week.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't think we'd last over an hour and a half. We did.
And yet here we are listening to you talk about the Flash before you go.
Hell on me. I'll take it.
All right, bro,
Still
man.
watch.
Have a good one.
Anyways, how are we going, guys?
Take care.
Mongo.
Lord have mercy.
A lot of mercy.
That was great.
That was.
I honestly, I wish I can get back into the Flash though, because I actually really genuinely enjoyed it, and I think I jumped off the ship maybe a little too soon.
Okay.
But the moment you start having the same types of villain, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's always some speedster. It was always. I think I stopped a season short of Savitar.
Yeah.
Savitar was really bad. Savitar, I had to hold on for that one, but once they did Nora, I was like, okay.
Because they were showing Savitar, but he was like this weird misty.
Yeah.
Like they weren't actually. Yeah, I lost interest. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be another speedster, and it just stopped making sense to me.
Wasn't Savitar the one where it was him?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
yeah,
That's-
exactly.
That's when he got the actually red suit and not like the maroon one.
hmm
Fucking guy.
I don't understand.
They had Flash word 9.
Shows just get lazy when you have such an endless like plethora of stories to pick from in the comics. I really truly want to understand why you decide to write to yourself into
yeah.
such holes. You know,
Well, I'm
doesn't make
excited
any sense.
for Stargirl. Low key, I'm excited for Stargirl because it's Earth 2. And
When is that
I
supposed
know-
to start, though?
It's supposed to come out soon. No, they've been
Right.
promoting it.
this month.
Oh, okay.
So I want to know what they're going to do with that because it stars and stripes eventually. So I want to see how they're in. I mean, it should be all right.
Our Girl premiere date is May 11th. It already came out 2 days ago.
Oh,
Sick.
what? How did we miss that
Just-
one?
And just like that, we didn't even realize it was out.
I guess I know I'm watching that tonight. Check it out. We'll be back next week, boys, to talk about it.
Oh, we will definitely talk about it.
Lord, yeah, please make it be good, because the CW is doing so much bad right now.
I know.
Oh God, Black
Well,
Lightning.
technically, actually, it was supposed to be on the DC app
True.
too.
So,
So has more of a budget.
originally, yeah, that's true.
Doom Patrol season 2 is coming out June 25th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
shit.
that today.
Okay, that's dope. I see. Doom Patrol is really good. That show I really
Didn't
like.
finish the first season, but I'm pretty sure I will because
Oh yeah, dude, check it out. There's some really good stuff in season 1.
Yeah, Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've only got 3 episodes in on season 1.
Alan
I'll
Tudyk
probably
is a really weird actor, but does a good job with it. And then they
Yeah.
have another character who shows up who's essentially like a Constantine character that he's there for like 2 episodes. That was good too. There's some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I like Brendan Fraser in that role.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, that too.
Plays it really well.
Boys, what
Oh,
do you
man.
guys have? Because that was shit, man. Yeah, it's true. That was just me and Dave. we didn't talk about anything else you guys watched recently.
No, I watched Peaky Blinders. It's not really in the stuff we normally like talk about, but
Okay.
I would definitely recommend it. It's along the same lines of a Breaking Bad, of a Weeds.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's just shows that are just you can watch them. They start somewhere good and they more than likely will end somewhere that's satisfactory.
Okay.
I just hope it doesn't go past the 7 seasons they initially said they were going to go to.
Oh,
Because you can tell when stories start getting stale.
yeah.
And I think 7 seasons will be the cutoff for them. But they're 5 in now, and so far I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
nice.
And then UFC 249 was dope too.
Oh yeah. I don't watch that stuff, but everyone's been saying
Yeah.
without the audience, the sound of the corners and the coaches and stuff was people are loving that. They say it's really good.
That was really good too, and I think it would also serve anyone well to watch it just to understand what's really at stake in every fight and to what it really takes to get in that cage to fight somebody else. The sounds of the cracking of a fist meeting someone's face and really no, I'm just saying, like, it's one thing to watch it with fans and not really seeing a knockout, you don't hear the impact. Hearing it adds another level of wow. I was standing up for half the event.
It sounds like you're just describing Mortal Kombat in real life.
Honestly, it might as well have been Mortal Kombat. Like the whole fact that they're looking to buy a Fight Island and start using that for their next events, I think it makes perfect sense.
Oh man!
Yo, wait, did we talk about Scorpion's Revenge?
Was that?
Did we talk about Scorpion's Revenge? Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge?
No, we haven't yet.
Yo,
no.
Why did we talk about that? That shit was amazing. How did we skip over that for so long?
We'll save it for next week.
Yo, is this gonna become like, you know, on SNL that sketch that Keenan does where they get that white guy at every episode and he's supposed to talk and they never talk to him? We can't let Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge be the subject we never talk about. It's actually good.
That also reminds me, on Comedy Bang Bang, this podcast that I listen to, there's a character that comes on there and he's a his main thing is he's a dirtbag. Okay. And everywhere he goes, he punches people in the throat and steals their job. But he always talks about a new job he just punched someone in the throat for, so they kind of switch jobs. But at the end of every episode he appears in, he mentions something outrageous. He's like, oh yeah, and that's how I got the powers of the Flash and could run through this time course. And they're like, whoa, that's like the most interesting part of your life. How'd you not start with that? So every time he comes back in, he always adds something that he never talks about. And that's like, it's incredible. Yeah, so that's what that reminded me of.
I love those jokes, but I don't want Scorpion's Revenge to become that because it's actually good, guys.
We should make a note of it.
We really should.
That's great.
I had Disney Plus for a week and it was cool. That was the only other thing I had to add.
Oh, you got rid of it?
Was it worth it?
I got the free week and I wasn't gonna pay. No offense to them, but
anything on there worth it at all? I mean,
you don't have it either.
I watched Mulan
No.
because I'd never seen Mulan. I watched Tangled because I'd never seen Tangled. Cool.
The more I see more Disney stuff, the more I realize I wasn't a Disney kid.
Oh, interesting.
I was definitely like a WB Cartoon Network kind of kid, and less so a Disney kid.
You know what? I'll say this. If those dumb motherfuckers had decided to put New Mutants on the damn streaming app, I would have kept it. But instead, it's now going to be released in theaters, and that's
apparently in August. No,
Geek News and Room. Oh, sorry, Skinny. Did you have anything you want to talk about? Because you didn't seem like.
No, go ahead.
Geek News and Rumors.
Yeah.
The stupid movie's coming out in August.
Every week is something else. It's crazy. And why August? Why is New Mutants coming out in August? That's I
don't know.
The earliest date possibly that you can have people back, maybe in theaters. I think August is too soon still.
Did you hear that Tenet is planning to come out in July?
Yeah, still they haven't changed the date for that.
Yeah, Tenet's just like, nah, man, we're releasing that in July. The theaters will be open back by then. And then everyone's
just like, how come Disney is sticking with releasing Artemis Fowl on the streaming platform?
Good point. Yeah, you know what? I won't be mean, but I think the decision behind that one has more to do with that's not a strong movie.
Maybe so. Yeah, it's very possible. You're probably right.
Yeah, like when you look at the trailer, you're just like, that's not Harry Potter, guys. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but
it's true. But I figured if they spent like $100 million or something like that, you'd want to maybe try to recoup it in a different. But hey, you know what? It's possible that it'll probably make more money on the streaming platform than Humans would in theaters. Is what I'm trying to say.
For sure it would.
Dude,
so why?
I still think so, and I still think, dude, we made the joke, but I'll say it again. If this movie doesn't get released August 28th and gets pushed back again,
is that it? You think
I will never watch it. I'm looking at you in the camera. if this movie doesn't get released August 28th in
Don't do
theaters for some dumb reason,
You're gonna regret that decision.
no,
If it comes out
telling you
August
right
29th, and you're
I'm
like,
telling you right now, never watching your movie. Never.
Oh man, I'll get you the script. You can read it.
Yeah,
afterwards.
exactly. I'll do what Skinny does. I'll just read it.
Oh man, yeah. I don't think it'll.
God
August is
damn.
very ambitious for a movie like that.
Yo.
with very little promo behind it.
Yo,
And then if you go on their Twitter, they're it's like, we're back.
it just hit
It's
me. Yo, it
What?
just
Who
hit me.
cares?
It just hit me. Toby, you know why they're doing it that weekend?
Why?
They're doing it because it'll be Labor Day weekend after. And when the movie still doesn't make any money, they can be like, COVID. And everyone's going to be like, it was Labor Day weekend. They're just like, yeah, man, if we can't make it on Labor Day weekend, that has to be COVID. That's not us.
Yeah, but
That's what they're going to play. That's what they're going to play.
but what are the benefits of that?
Because I don't think they think the movie's going to make money. I don't, dude. There was
So then why not maximize your profits and stuff? Anyway, I'm no expert. I'm no expert. I have no
Your
clue what
mouth-
goes down in the boardrooms and what goes into the decisions.
your mouth to the movie god's ears. I don't know what they're doing. I really. None of it makes sense anymore, guys. Everything's out the window. I knew COVID was going to make things weird, but for you, like, the movie got pushed back. Then there was a merger. It got pushed back again. Then there was literally no reason not to release it, and they just didn't release it. Then they decided to release it, and a pandemic hit. And now they're going to be like, oh, August we're going to release it, and you're going to release it at the end of the pandemic,
Yeah, I just wonder how that whole Amazon pre-order thing happened as well. Then, like, what happened there?
Probably because someone sent something to Amazon being like, hey, yo, we're going to release this for paid video on demand. And then some of the states started lifting their thing and opening back the theaters. So they're just like, oh, yo, wait, maybe we can put this in theaters. And they're like, okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand any decision being made about this movie at this point because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think everyone has a touch of cabin fever. All these meetings are being conducted in someone's like home office. They're probably all cooped up at home, going crazy, making horrible decisions right now. So
Mad.
I wouldn't expect anything better, to be honest.
So crazy. There's something that I forgot to put on the list that I thought we should mention. AMC Entertainment Theaters, the same guys that were swinging dick, even though they don't have any, bragging about how they're not going to play movies from Universal when everything goes back to normal. Their stock surged 56% after there was rumors that Amazon was looking to buy them, which is something we talked about, that Amazon and these streamers are going to just start buying the theater companies. So
interesting.
56% jump, trading from Amazon share rose from as much as 231 to 641 in New York trades. They were up a little as 19% minutes after the deadline report, and were up 36% at 5:58 by 11:30 a.m. The stock went down 43% this year through last week, battered along with the rest of the cinema industry by worldwide shutdowns.
Oh, within 5 days it went up that much, eh? That's crazy.
Yeah. This I don't know if Deadline was in cahoots with somebody and just hooked them up. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Why?
No. But that's good to know, and keep an eye on this stock.
Oh, do you think? I don't know if the movie theaters are going to be a good investment in the. You think, man? I mean,
honestly, that's one area I'm definitely not touching right now.
Yo, next time I go to a movie, I plan to buy 9 tickets, and I wasn't joking because I'm gonna have to go on a cheapy night and build a perimeter around myself. So that
what I'm thinking is you hopefully will need to do that. They'll more than likely separate 2 seats. You have to there's no way you don't do it that way. And literally put up barriers now in between.
You know what though? You're right. 2 seats on either side and one and one empty row in front. And I would go back. I would go back then.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to. I'm seeing like city buses and streetcars and stuff like that implementing the same rules. So why wouldn't you do that in close proximity to theaters?
You don't have a choice. Okay.
What changes though? What changes we've gone through in the past since the
Yo.
year started? It's insane.
No,
This is
Jeez.
tell you, man, BCAC, dog.
Crazy.
Tell me, bro.
Before COVID, after COVID. God damn.
2019 BC. That's what it's called now. That's the album name, dog. What? Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yo, that's
I like
true.
it.
That's true. That's crazy. What else do we have? So before I say the last thing that we have on the list, Toby, you said there was something else, something about dogs in Singapore.
that the police out there are using the Boston Dynamic robot dogs to patrol parks.
That is pretty interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It just means we're not far off from what we see in Black Mirror and all these movies that we all like. Like this is legit it. That's patrolling robot dogs telling you to go back in your damn house because you're outside in a group. How crazy is that?
That is insane.
Yeah,
it's scary.
And leave it to Singapore to China somewhere along those ways to do it first.
To roll them out.
Yeah. Yo, let them be the guinea pigs. I don't want to be around when those things turn on their masters.
Yo, we're not far from, like, even here, not here, but in the States, police in some states are using drones, like flying drones around to assert, like, right? It's guys, interesting times.
Guys, should we actually be scared about the control the governments are gonna take? Like, I thought we were like
you
Toby.
Don't want to sound like
Toby, when you were saying it last time.
Theories.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
When you were saying it last time, it's not that I thought you were being silly, but I was just like, man, Toby's on his conspiracy shit a little bit, talking about how bad it is. And now I'm like, a few weeks later, I'm like, Toby was on his absolutely right shit, and I should have been paying fucking attention.
Well, the difference is I was always 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks into quarantine before everybody else started, so I was living in the future a little bit.
Because I'm not lying, man. When I saw, like, someone told me today, you can get a fine for being with your friend outside, and I was just like, what are you talking about? They're just like, wait, do you not know you can get a fine if you're just out in the street with your friend? I was just like, I thought it was only if we were in groups. Like, no, if you're not a family member living together, you're not supposed to be with people in the streets. I was like, dude. I got scared. I was like, I didn't know that was a thing.
You're encroaching hard on civil rights.
Yeah.
Like, that's like I said, I don't like to be the whole conspiracy theorist and going in that bag often, but sometimes some things are worth questioning, people. That's all I'm saying.
God damn. That's I need to be good. I need to start paying attention, man. People keep telling me
you just write it out till like next November, and then when they're really like, okay, you can't be outside, then you got to be like, okay, come on.
Yeah. Something doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but the problem is, are we doing something about it before it gets to that point, or are we allowing things to be passive, and then when it gets to that point, it's kind of late.
But the only thing is,
them all the power.
And then you also got to define doing something about it.
Yes, exactly.
What are we going to do about it? Like, huh?
Like, oh yeah, I never said I had the answers. I'm just raising the questions.
Like, I'm not
too soon, and it just seems like the people protesting in the States that are probably protesting for the exact same shit that we should be doing right now, except for they're the test dummies. We let them.
But the thing is, hold on. My thing is, because those guys are saying they want fucking haircuts. They're idiots. I'm sorry. There's a big difference.
I mean, within a haircut, it also means being within close proximity enough for someone that you don't really know or live with, which is your friend.
Well, okay. So here's okay. Here, this is gonna open a whole can of worms in terms of a discussion.
We were supposed to. We can't go too long, but let's dive in a little. Wait, the last Geek News. Katie Sackhoff is joining Mandalorian Season 2. There you go. Go ahead, Tony.
Love the casting. She's
great. It's so cool. She's been doing the voice of Bo-Katan.
Also means that her Netflix show isn't coming back then, probably.
Probably not. That's a good thing.
So,
oh Lord,
it's one thing to be in that group of people protesting who just want to party and keep living an untethered sort of, this is my life, I can live it however I want life.
Yeah.
There's another thing to be responsible. I know you've been quarantining. Yeah. I know you're not doing anything bad out there and putting yourself at risk.
Yeah.
I know I'm not doing that. And you trust me as your friend to meet up with me and still keep your distance, but still be like, let's walk together and actually like enjoy each other's company for half an hour, an hour.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
It's impossible to draw lines when you put laws in.
I've been doing
That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go for a bike ride with my friend tomorrow, and that's when someone was like, "Just make sure you guys don't hang out too close." And I was like, "What do you mean?"
And you got neighbors and people you don't freaking know snitching on you.
Yeah, you were saying
Oh
that
hell
side.
yeah, that's
Right?
Yeah.
Right? This is like,
True.
dude, look in history. Look in history. All you have to do is look into history and see when these kinds of situations happen. I don't want to say it's gonna get that bad. I'm not saying it's gonna get that bad. I'm just saying there are things we can learn from history is all.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. It got real quiet.
I almost want the title of this episode to just be like underlined, as in just the silence. It's like, what does that mean? Oh, you'll get to that part of the episode when shit got too real and we all took a moment to be like, ah, fuck.
Like I said, there's a lot more discussions to be had.
Yeah.
That could be a lot more rational than having a bunch of conspiracy theories in the room. This is just like, let's raise the questions. Not saying I have all the answers, you don't have the answers, but it's important to think about these things critically and see how it really infringes on your personal right.
Yeah.
And then think about everybody as a whole and see, is it really fair for certain things to be happening the way they are?
And just to remind you guys, again, none of us are saying go out in the streets picketing and yelling freedom of rights. I should be allowed to get a haircut and act the fool. Tobi explained it very well. Skinny and I agree with. I won't speak for Skinny, but I assume you are on the same page as Tobi. The idea is,
I'm around there. Yeah,
I've been describing this from the beginning as clustering, in which if this person has been taking care of themselves and I've been taking care of myself, if we decide to cluster together, then we should be allowed to, because we trust each other and we know each other and we're taking the precaution, and we're also not going back out into the world and just running amok like idiots
and inciting, for lack of a better word, a riot. You know what I mean? Those are two. You're being responsible.
Yeah. So those are very different things, and they're like, you know, all those people who are gathering together in marches in the States, doing whatever they want, carrying weapons in some cases, marching into like civil offices and whatnot. Those people, first of all, if they wanted to cluster together, fine, but they're not. They're not living together somewhere. These are people who live in completely different areas, different places, and are showing up together. They have no clue what the other people have been doing. They're not taking any precautions. They're not wearing masks. Some of the only ones wearing masks, weirdly enough, they're wearing masks to protect their identity because they're carrying guns. And they don't want their faces on TV. They're not wearing a mask because there's a virus. Do you realize how messed up that is? I'll wear a mask because I'm carrying this AK-47 that is registered and I have the right to bear arms. But I won't wear a mask to protect myself from a virus that has...
There will always be opportunists in every single dilemma you ever see. There's always a group or two or more who just use it for their own agenda.
Yeah.
This is what we've been fighting for. This is our time to be in the spotlight. And then the real reason for everything happening gets lost. And I don't want them to, and it's always the case. There's always a vocal few who ruin it for the quiet majority.
Yeah.
But it's about time in history that the quiet majority gets a little louder.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Guys, that was a crazy ending to a wonderful episode.
Again, not inciting any kind of
No. Just saying, let's think critically.
Yes. Let's be critical. That's one thing I'll say. And also, don't watch Plandemic. I'll tell you that.
No, man. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, guys.
Or
you know what? Watch it, but stop sending it to me. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm sorry, guys. I respect.
How many people snoozed?
4 people have sent it to me to watch.
4. I'm at 20, dog.
Jesus. Only 1 person out of those 4 I respected enough to have a conversation about it. The other 3 just sent it to me, sight unseen, haven't spoken to me in ages. So essentially, they're just spamming everyone with it. That stuff I'm not okay with. I
don't watch those. I don't watch YouTube.
But the one person who sent it to me said something similar to Tobi, was saying, if anything, we should be allowed to watch it. They shouldn't be blocking it, blah, blah. I explained to them, well, they're probably blocking it because within the first 4 minutes she slanders Fauci, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You can't say Fauci is the cause of AIDS. I mean,
oh gosh,
you can't go on there.
See, I don't even know what that video is about. You could tell when it's. Yeah. I could make a YouTube video, put a bunch of flashy things, images, and talk like this, and in 2003, the U.S. government. You know, it's come on.
To me, it depends on who shares it on my Facebook, and if it's from that certain dark corner that I don't really jabble with too much, I'm like,
Yeah, there are a lot of people that are still my friends, but they've been shadow banned for a long time.
Oh yeah. Yo, real talk. Real talk.
High
Yeah.
school with, and I don't want to, but you just have them there.
Man,
Exactly.
There's one
They just
person.
kind of added you, and you're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
There's one person I really look up to that posted it, and like I thought they were posting it as a joke, and then was like genuinely trying to get it seen, and that was like defending it. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm blocking
Dude.
you, and I just blocked them.
That's why it's crazy. Because then I also understand those people because everyone's looking for answers, right?
Yeah, but
And like whatever resonates, and this is also a time for those opportunists to make themselves look like they're the ones with the answers.
yeah,
And try to convince you to get views and nature of the human, guys.
oh my god.
Yep.
Crazy.
I didn't want to end the episode depressed about how fucked we are.
Well, what? Imminent doom?
As he points ahead.
that's
What
hilarious.
is that? Dr.
Doom
Doom's
head?
head.
Yeah.
That's
the head
dope.
of doom.
Great.
Oh,
The head
boy.
of Doom.
Guys, this was
Oh,
fun
man.
as always. This was a blast. Anything you guys want to tell the people?
Nah, just keep making your quarantine life fun. You know, find something fun to do every day. One thing. Get out the house for at least 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll help you keep a little bit sane instead of seeing the same box being stuck in the same four walls
Yeah,
every day.
yeah. If you
That's
have
all
a
I got.
bike, take those bike rides.
block.
Sorry, Skinny.
I said you can leave your house. You can walk around the block. You can go out for exercises. When you see people, move.
Yo,
Please don't be a dick. I
seriously.
say that with many people where they just kind of stand their ground. It's not a game. Move out the way.
I'm not.
Especially if you see me
Yeah.
coming, or if I've been there before you. Please
I'm
move.
not playing chicken. I don't care. Just get out of the way. Wow.
Yeah. Nah, just get out the way. Like,
Oh my
there's
God.
some curious people out there who just see a man standing by a tree and just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna bring my dog there."
Oh my
Don't
God.
do that.
Yo, for real.
That's weird.
Don't know me like that, but anyway. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, guys. As usual, you could check out everything Franklin Armstrong Collective at franklinarmstrong.com.
Oh,
Yeah, keep checking it out. You can also check out I've been doing daily podcasts Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. Those are all available on the Brian Holiday Facebook page and BrianHolidae.com, HOLIDAE. So check that stuff out. And shout outs to the people who've donated to my coffee. I appreciate it. I raised my coffee mug to you guys. There you
Oh,
go.
super dope, man. By the way, Not a Journalist is a really, really, really dope series.
Thanks, man.
I'm really,
I'm
really enjoying the ones I tune in for.
I'm
'Cause
having
I haven't
fun.
had just tuning live for all
Oh,
of
that's
them.
okay,
but
man. That's
you probably seen the ones where I comment.
yeah, and
when
it's
I
fun.
jump in, yeah.
It's and like my cousin in the UK has been jumping in the comments every once in a while, and he's like telling people, and that's what I was saying the other day. Like when I start to see the numbers and where people are tuning in from, and like Canada's the most, it's always Montreal, but then I'm seeing people in different parts of the world, and I know that's like friends and family who are like telling other people to randomly check out this other episode, or so that's been fun, and I appreciate
man.
that.
You should keep this going. Who knows?
I'm
man?
gonna try.
You have something. You struck something good with. You have some pretty good, interesting guests. A good variety of guests on that show.
Yo, man, Wally yesterday was fun. Like
Yes.
yeah,
That
he
was
gave
really
me
good too.
the beat
My
making.
favorite so far, I'm still gonna say, is a Star Wars one because I was I was supposed to be there for that episode.
Sorry, man. Yeah,
Such incredible discussions.
Ari
It's
is
with
awesome.
Ariane.
Ari Gillifrey.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, she knows her shit.
Yeah, she does. Theophanies on Instagram if you guys want to follow. PHANES. Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the whole show. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Franklin Armstrong Collective. Check it out. Running with Wolves, K and Them, Urban Renewal Project, Queer FM, R&R Podcast, That's Canon, Geektastic Cypher, Not a Journalist, so many more. We keep growing. That's it. That's it, guys. We out. Peace all.
Peace.